Most people think the law of attraction is a philosophy, a collection of ancient quotes from pioneers like Napoleon Hill. But while Hill was right about the desire, he lacked the technology to explain the physics behind it. If positive thinking was enough, the world would be full of millionaires. The truth is, your conscious mind wants wealth, but your autonomous nervous system is programmed for survival, and survival is the enemy of expansion. Meet your biological gatekeeper, the Reticular Activating System, or RAS. This neural network at your brainstem is your reality filter. It processes 11 million bits of data every second, but it only allows 50 bits into your conscious awareness. When you are in a state of stress, your RAS is locked into scarcity mode. It literally blinds you to financial opportunities, even if they are standing right in front of you. You aren't unlucky. You are experiencing a neural lock. To break the lock, we must enter heart-brain coherence. When your heart's electromagnetic field reaches a frequency of 0.1 hertz, it sends a signal to the brain that the threat is gone. Only then, the prefrontal cortex can begin quantum priming, the process of collapsing possibilities into physical outcomes. This is the quantum protocol. It's not about wishing. It's about neuroplasticity. By practicing specific visualization during theta wave states, the bridge between wakefulness and sleep, you bypass the critical filter of the conscious mind. You are literally rewriting your neural hardwiring. You are instructing your RAS to prioritize wealth-building patterns. Suddenly, the coincidences begin to happen. But as science shows, there are no coincidences in a connected field. To understand why most people stay stuck, despite reading every self-help book on the shelf, we need to look at the base of your skull. Tucked away, there is a neural network known as the Reticular Activating System, or your RAS. Think of the world around you as an infinite ocean of data. Every single second, your senses are bombarded by roughly 11 million bits of information. If your brain tried to process all of it at once, you'd melt down in milliseconds. This is where your neural architect steps in. Your RAS functions like an ultra-sophisticated search algorithm. It's the filter that decides what's relevant and what's just noise. But here's the systemic glitch. Your RAS doesn't filter for what's good for you. It filters for what you believe to be true. If you're carrying a subconscious program that says money is hard or I'm just not lucky, your RAS receives a clear biological command: block any evidence to the contrary. In science, this is known as confirmation bias. If a massive business opportunity or a $1 million idea passed right in front of you this second, your brain would literally make it invisible. You don't see it because your neural filter has classified it as informational junk. This explains the phenomenon of effortless success. Those who seem to constantly attract wealth aren't necessarily smarter or harder working. They simply have an RAS calibrated to the frequency of opportunity. Where you see a common landscape, they see a treasure map. The good news lies in neuroplasticity. As Hebb's law states, neurons that fire together wire together. By the end of this documentary, you'll understand that changing your bank account isn't a matter of luck, it's a matter of rewiring. You're about to learn how to fire your old neural architect and hire a new one. While the brain is the master of data processing, it isn't actually the most powerful component of your manifestation system. Modern biophysics has discovered that the human heart generates the strongest and most expansive electromagnetic field in the entire body. Compared to the brain, the heart's electrical field is 60 times greater in amplitude, and its magnetic field, it's 5,000 times more powerful than the field generated by your neurons. You aren't just a thinker, you are a biological radio station. What Napoleon Hill called a burning desire is, in reality, a description of electromagnetic intensity. If your brain visualizes wealth, but your heart emits the frequency of fear and lack, these two signals cancel each other out. In physics, we call this destructive interference. The secret to manifestation doesn't lie in the mental image alone, but in heart coherence. The HeartMath Institute has documented that when we cultivate states of gratitude and abundance before the money even arrives, our heart rhythm enters a pattern of coherent waves. In this state, the heart sends a signal to the brain via the vagus nerve, informing it that your desired reality is already happening. This shifts your vagal tone and signals the quantum field through a phenomenon called quantum entanglement. You stop searching and start tuning in. If your RAS is the GPS that finds the path, your heart's electromagnetic field is the engine that pulls reality toward you. Without coherence between what you think and what you emit, you're essentially trying to drive a car with no fuel. Effective manifestation requires you to learn how to modulate your own biophysics. You don't attract what you want. You attract that which you are bioresonant with. For decades, we believed that our genes were our destiny, that if you were born into a lineage of scarcity, your biological code was sealed. But the science of epigenetics has arrived to prove us wrong. Genes are not destiny. They are an instruction manual, and the one who decides which page to read is your internal environment. Dr. Bruce Lipton and other pioneering biologists have demonstrated that cells aren't controlled by genes, but by the chemical signals they receive from your blood. If you live in a constant state of financial anxiety, your brain floods your body with cortisol and adrenaline. These stress hormones do something devastating to manifestation. They activate survival mode, fight or flight. In this state, your body diverts energy away from creative functions and the prefrontal cortex, the center for wealth planning, and pumps it into your muscles and your fear center. You are literally suffering from a biological paralysis of financial intelligence. Living in scarcity is like trying to run modern software on a virus-infected computer. Chronic stress signals your genes to shut down the gates of perception. What Napoleon Hill described as the ghost of fear is, in reality, an epigenetic chemical cascade that silences your intuition and your ability to see obvious solutions. Real manifestation requires a chemical overhaul. By deliberately altering your emotional state through meditation and theta wave visualization, you send a new chemical signal to your cells. You begin to signal your DNA to express new proteins associated with calm, clarity, and creativity. You aren't just changing your mind, you are changing the expression of your genome. To grow wealthy in the outside world, you must first deactivate the poverty gene within. Abundance isn't something you earn, it's something you allow your cells to experience. So far, we've explored your biology and your chemistry. But to understand the final piece of the manifestation puzzle, we must dive into the very fabric of reality, quantum physics. At the subatomic scale, matter doesn't behave like something solid. It exists in a state of superposition, a cloud of infinite possibilities where every potential outcome exists simultaneously. What separates the version of you who is struggling financially from the version who is already living in abundance is a phenomenon known as the observer effect. Science proved, through the double-slit experiment, that the simple act of observing a particle alters its behavior. Without an observer, reality remains a wave of probability. When you focus your attention, you collapse that wave into a solid particle. In financial terms, your attention is the force that solidifies money out of the field of infinite possibilities. If your attention is fragmented or focused on lack, you keep collapsing the same reality of scarcity over and over again. What we call luck is, in reality, the ability to keep the quantum collapse focused on a single point, your definite purpose. At this point, science and Napoleon Hill's philosophy become one. When you combine the clear intention of your RAS, brain, with the electromagnetic signature of gratitude, heart, you create what physicists call constructive interference. You become a quantum magnet. You are no longer forcing things to happen. You are altering the field so that they have no choice but to manifest in your physical experience. Manifestation is not an event. It is a process of synchronization. It's the moment when your biology, your chemistry, and your consciousness align with the frequency of the reality you desire. Now that you hold the scientific map, the question is no longer if it works, but rather, are you ready to flip the switch? The universe is not a collection of objects. It is a field of frequencies. If you want to change your bank account, you must first change your vagal tone. In our next video, we will provide the 0.1 Hz frequency audio to start your reprogramming. Subscribe to align your biology with your destiny. Welcome to the science of manifestation.